Welcome to the Digital Mr. E, uncovering the secrets of online safety with Mr. E. Episode 2 covered children watching the likes of YouTube and how much time we should allow them for that content to be kind of absorbed in. And, you know, when we watch it, it looks like a load of rubbish, but to the children, it's really entertaining and it's their downtime. I still think that's a really important concept to go back to. It is downtime for the children. Now, what we do now need to go on to is talk about a few more things to do with this kind of very passive content they are kind of taking on board. And one of the areas we're going to talk about is what's called the echo chamber. The echo chamber environment is the digital environment where, if you like, the children, everything's bouncing back of their own views and beliefs. And this very much happens to adults as well. So if you have a particular party you belong to, you're going to get those views bounced back. If you have a certain view on something else, that you will always consume that media with that viewing. Eli Pariser kind of likened it to a filter bubble where you have your very own news channel kind of 24/7 feeding you your own views and own interests. He also mentioned that this idea of a U-loop, it constantly just comes back round to your own views and to yourself. Now, this can be quite dangerous because you're very, very, very polarised on there. So we then do need to be careful of what the children are seeing online. Is the echo chamber working? Is it then kind of giving them their own views? And this is when they get older, this is where they could come across kind of material which is inappropriate or a certain view, if you like, the likes of Andrew Tate, where they're getting a very extreme view constantly and it's really clouding their view and giving them an incredibly one-sided view of the world. How do we then get these echo chambers? Well, it's all down to these pesky little things called algorithms. Now, algorithms are absolutely everywhere online, and basically they look at your likes, what you are viewing, what you're even hovering over, and then it will then suggest material for you. So if I was on YouTube and I was watching Peppa Pig, it would then go, right, Peppa Pig fan, I'm going to put more videos that way. If then, as a user, you then click on someone like an Andrew Tate-esque video, then it's going to go, right, we now need to get more material and send that material to the user. Now, these algorithms should be age appropriate. There was a TV show on Channel 4 I really would recommend watching. It's called Swiped, the school that banned smartphones, where Matt and Emma Willis took part in a kind of survey with a group of kids, an experiment, and a group of year 8 children had their phones taken off them for about 30 days, 21 days, apologies. And it saw how the kids dealt with that. Now, what Emma and Matt Willis did, they went onto likes of YouTube and pretended to be kind of certain ages, not the ages they were, kind of teenage ages, and then looked at the material they were sent. And this is where the algorithms come in. So the algorithms know whether you're male or female, they know your age. And so, yes, they'll be passing on the content you're liking, so creating that echo chamber, but also every now and again, they're going to try something new and what they think is appropriate. And this is where the big social media companies have kind of got into a lot of grief about, is they might be, Emma and Matt were kind of sent pornographic videos, they were sent videos about self-harm, about anorexia and things like that, and they hadn't searched for that, but the algorithm, as I said, came along and suggested new material, and all it takes is that one click and then it's got you kind of locked in. It knows then what you like as well. So the question here then is, as parents, how can we, well, we can't prevent this, but how can we help our children with this? Well, number one is actually to talk to our children and say, look, this is what happened. You're getting a very one-sided view. Talk to them over dinner and things like that, about what else is happening in the world. Last year I saw a gentleman called Mr. P ICT. He's an absolutely brilliant educator, and his blog, if you ever get a chance to listen to it, is far better than this one. He was saying that for his children, because he knows about this echo chamber, he goes on when they go to bed, he goes on to their likes of YouTube and things like that and searches up educational things. So if they're doing about volcanoes and geography, he will go and type in volcanoes, and then the next day coming up on their video feed, YouTube feeds, they will get videos about volcanoes. It's sneaky, and I like the idea. And that's one of the ways we can do it. And we can encourage the critical thinking, and that's what we teach at school. And why do you think this video popped up? Does it go with my beliefs? It goes against my beliefs? But let's be honest, if your child is having a bit of downtime, they're not going to be critically thinking about what they're watching. They're just going to be going along with the flow. So Mr. P ICT's idea isn't such a bad idea. And as I said in episode 1, you can go and have a look at their content. So it is important that you do know your child's PIN to their phone or their tablet, and your child knows that you will go in and have a look at their content. So see what they're watching. You have to police, you have to parent this. Okay, so it's really, really important. If they object, when you say, we make sure from the get-go, it is a given, I will go in and I'm going to look at your content if you want to have this phone, and explain why that, because of the echo chamber and what they can come across. It's really, really important to do that. So do check, and as I said in episode 1, it can be deleted, but it is worth checking. These videos are addictive. The way they are done, the way they're designed, a lot of effort goes into the shortness of videos, that quick consumption. You get that quick hit of a high, watching something funny, watching something kind of silly. The algorithms then feed you the same material. So you're staying on YouTube, for example, for longer and longer. And as I explained to my year 6 students, that makes money. That makes money for YouTube. So the longer you are on a website, the more adverts you are going to see. So you might be watching something on YouTube, halfway through, there's an advert. Well, a company's paid a lot of money for that advert to be there. Down the left, right hand side, you're going to see adverts, and that's how YouTube make their money. So they make sure the videos are addictive as possible. They make sure the algorithms are as accurate as possible, sending you stuff in that echo chamber, things you like. The example I gave was the likes of Peppa Pig. I'd get lots of that. Then again, they might try and tempt me with a bit of Bluey every now and again to see if I take the bait. That's for younger children. For older children, they might follow a particular YouTuber, or kind of a particular genre of music, or just some funny videos. The algorithm then will suggest something different, and that could be something to do with suicide, it could be to do with anorexia and different things like that. So we have to be careful. Again, how can we help our children? Time limits. This digital consumption, this passive digital consumption, should be the smallest amount we have. Now, yes, it is their downtime, but we also need to put limits on it. Say half an hour of this a day. By doing that, we're reducing the amount of time they are watching it. Try not to let them go up to their bedroom and watch it. Try have them in a kind of common place. Now, they've got headphones on, we're not going to hear it, but it's in a communal area, so they're less likely to watch something inappropriate. I know it's very well for me to say this, and I know how easy it is then for especially kind of teens to go upstairs, watch YouTube and stuff by themselves. It's nice and quiet for you. I get that, but we do need to try and limit some of this time they're spending on this kind of low level consumption of these, because of everything I've spoken about in this video today. Well, I'm going to finish there. I'd like to say thanks for stopping by, and thanks for listening.